Good afternoon. Welcome to DEDP. Uh, Yesterday we have discussed about the Python programming, how to write a Python programming, the basic concepts of Python programming we have learned, and we have practiced some kind of programs. So today we are going to know how we are going to set up a Raspberry Pi. Okay, how we can install the Raspbian, and how can we install that in our micro card. Okay, so let's see. Yep. Actually, we have discussed all these concepts belongs to Python programming. And 1 second, we have a setup PPT. Okay. These are the basic requirements of Raspberry Pi. First one, HDMI cable. Okay, HDMI cable. If your monitor having HDMI cable, no problem, it's okay. If the monitor having a VGA type input, so we need this kind of converter. Okay, VGA to HDMI converter. First one. And second thing, we have monitor. We need monitor, keyboard, and mouse, and we need any power supply, 5 volts power adapter. Okay, like this, same like a mobile charger, and one LAN cable. If at all you want to access network, we need a one LAN cable. And next, the 2 GB. This is 16 GB SD RAM, SD card. Sorry, SD card. So in this SD card, we are going to install our Raspberry Pi operating system. Okay, that is Raspberry OS. So before installation, we need to format our uh, SD card with the using of SD card formatter software. We need to download SD card formatter. Followed by we need to download Windows 32 Disk Manager, and also we need to download Raspberry Pi OS. Okay, these are the links. So directly I'm navigating to the links. First we need to download SD card. This is a website. We need to download this SD card formatter. So you can select whatever your operating system, Windows 10, 60, 32-bit, can download directly. SD card formatter Windows. So we have one like agreement, license agreement. So here see the SD format is going to download here. So I have already installed SD card software. So after downloading, we need to install. Just click it and press next. You will get this. This is the symbol. Here see SD card formatter. So before formatting your SD card, install the SD card formatter, and we need to open SD card formatter. So see, it's going to be select by default. Is there an SD card connection? No, it does not showing anything here. If at all we are inserting this, okay, I'm inserting to my laptop. Just refresh it. It shows like this, de-recovery. So I'm changing the value name like with SRITW. So I'm using cube format. Yes, I want to format this. Successful formatting. Yes, successfully formatted. So when we navigate to see, this is my SD card with an empty. So it is 16 GB card, SD card. So next after that, we need to download two other softwares. One is a disk Windows 32 Disk Manager, which is used to write whatever the image you are downloading. After successful installing downloading of Raspberry Pi OS, it gives one image file. That image file we want to write in our SD card with the help of Windows 32 Disk Manager. So for that, I need to download this. I'm downloading. Here I'm downloading Windows Win32 Disk Manager. Download it. This is one add download, I think so. We want to format Disk Manager. Yeah, Win32 Disk Manager. Yeah, download Disk Manager is going to download. Already I have downloaded this. So after downloading, I'm going to install after successful installation, we are going to get this kind of symbol, Win32 disk imager. So we need to open this as administrator, run as an administrator. Right. See here, it shows my device, USB device. So before writing, we need to install, we need to download Raspberry Pi software. So we need to download Raspberry Pi software. I think already we have the right here. See, this is the Raspberry Pi operating system. So we are going to download here by using of this. See, just download it. It takes 1 hour. That depends upon your speed. So it takes 36 minutes in my laptop. So I'm going to pause this because I have downloaded already. We have here in download I'm going to get this kind of zip file. Okay, so this zip file can be unzip. Okay, extract. Okay. After extraction, I'm going to get this kind of folder directory. In the directory, it has one imager like this disk image. This is my image, Raspberry Pi, Raspberry OS. Okay, I have downloaded SD card formatter. Later, I'm installing SD card formatter. After that, I'm formatting my SD card. Then I'm download Win32 image disk imager. After that, I've installed Win32 disk imager also, and I'm opening this Windows 32 disk imager. Later, I'm downloading. I have downloaded Raspberry Pi OS. Okay, that downloads only zip file. We have to extract that zip file. Then only we will get this image file. So now we are going to write the Raspberry Pi OS into your SD card. So this is my SD card device. Okay, select your image file that is available in the downloads. In downloads, I have folder, this one. Open it. So I'm selecting the image and I'm clicking the write button. Yes, sir. It's going to ask. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Want to continue. And it will take 10 to 15 minutes. Okay. So meanwhile, we are going to discuss some programs and Python. Wait. I'm opening the Spider. In Spider, we're going to practice some programs. It will take 10 to 15 minutes to write your Raspberry Pi OS imager into your SD card. So it's opening, the Spider is opening. not responding, so we are going better to write program in ideal. Yeah, this is also one IDE, Python IDE, default Python IDE. So to take most time. Yeah. We're going to write one program. So if at all I want to write some function program, because any program we are writing in terms of functions in Raspberry Pi. So we're writing define. Let's say if at all I want to find like a sum of n numbers. Already we discussed this program in the previous class, right? Sum of n numbers. Let us see. Otherwise, you can write one date program, no problem. Okay. Import to time. Import date time. From date time. Here printing print time dot now. Print date time dot not date time. Here should download date time dot here we're using ctime. Date time dot now while true. So it executes infinity. I'm going to write same in while also. Time dot sleep 10 milliseconds. Okay. I'm saving this file. As dt in desktop. Already we have a time table. Okay, I'm saving. Just run it. It's taking the sleep 10 milliseconds. See, the first one is a C time. It shows the string based content followed by now. Yeah, checking whether it's right. 70% is completed. And we have some programs. We're going to know the functions of what like GPIO. Okay, that is very important. GPIO package is very important for Raspberry Pi applications. So I'm terminating this program. Control C. Closing this. Yeah. Here in GPIO we have functions like set mode and setup, or like input. GPIO. This is GPIO functions. Here we have first function is set mode. We are going to select the board, that is GPIO PCM Broadcom board, processor board, and we are setting up the channel. Okay, what channel we are using? With using a pin number. So here what we are specifying, we are using one variable here. Let's say here I'm using what like in Mr. channel I'm using pin. I'm writing one variable name, that is pin. Right? So GPIO in a pin number ni map chestam, a pin number ki input chestam, inko pin number output chesu. We can also set as an output also. So we have 40 pins now. In the 40 pins we have some pins are grounded pins, other one is a GPIO 1 to 28 pins are there. So we are using the pins. So we have to map the pins with the channel by using a setup. Okay, right? We can use GPIO in, GPIO out. It indicates what we are reading data using of this pin. We are writing data using of this pin, and also we can use input output functions. I think writing is completed. That is, yeah, successfully written. So after successful writing, we have our SD card is written successfully like this. This is my OS files. So this is my OS. Now we are going to insert this SD card into Raspberry Pi. So for before that, I am safely ejecting my SD card from the laptop. Okay, it's safely ejected, and next we are going to insert this installed SD card into Raspberry Pi. This is the Raspberry Pi. any this newly installed Raspberry Pi SD card. So I'm inserting this Raspberry Pi SD OS install OS SD card into Raspberry Pi. So in the back side, like this. So we know all the components of Raspberry, right? So, yeah. Is this visible? Yeah. So this is the Raspberry Pi. It consisting of processor, and it consisting this is the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth modem, and these are the GPIO pins. These are the GPIO pins, and these are the USB, 4 USBs and LAN connection, Ethernet connector, and we have power connector and HDMI and audio video. So we're going to start this Raspberry Pi. So first we are inserting the HDMI to your Raspberry Pi, right? And next I'm inserting the keyboard and mouse, nice. And we have a power connector like this. We're inserting power also, right? So the Raspberry Pi consisting of LED lights. When it blink as green, the OS will be starts. See in the monitor here, the OS is rebooting because it's firstly installed. Yeah. Initially, it reboots multiple times because recently we are installed the OS into Raspberry Pi.
Sir, meanwhile it is rebooting. I have a doubt.
Yeah, tell me.
Like Raspberry API, where it is used, sir, in business?
In business, we are using in a IoT. IoT, wherever we are in using the IoT, okay, IoT
We have
applications.
um, IoT media and all.
Yeah, in healthcare industry, they are using IoTs in especially in the communication industry, IT industry, even education industry. So generally, the Raspberry Pi introduced for education only because especially in the UK, the students are not paid to buy laptops and desktops. So they're introduced one small type of computer, that is Raspberry Pi. So this is used to it consisting of operating system like a Linux based operating system. What happened in Linux operating system? Right, Linux operating system, it has an inbuilt programming tools. So it is used to learn the programming skills for the students community. They are introduced this as an in education industry first of all. Then it is used in a real-time applications for a business-oriented concepts.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Is this visible? The screen is visible for you? Otherwise, shall I? Otherwise, I will share the screen. Okay. First, first I'm going to preferences. We have Raspberry Pi configuration. In Raspberry Pi configuration, we have a one interface, that is VNP. Okay, we are enabling this, and SHF also enabling. So we can access this Raspberry Pi remotely, but from my laptop. I will show. How can we access. So then only you can see the screen clearly. Okay. So we'll stop this. VNC. It's rebooting. Why? Because we are configuring the VNC, virtual network computing. So we can select our like a language. So I'm selecting the time zone, India, country India, language English, and type the Calcutta.
Sir, screen is not visible
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, yeah.
It is very far from.
I will. will share this. Connecting to Wi-Fi, Raspberry Pi. It's connected. Yep. Access. Stay booting. Otherwise, I will show in Raspberry Pi. It's already connected with VNP. computer to connect to already configured VNC. I will show in the VNC here. Sure. Yeah. It is connecting to the Raspberry Pi. VNC viewer. 196. Oh, this is 11 now. It is changed. So I'm stopping here. 0.11. From 90 to 160 and 1. Okay. Dot 160.0. not showing. Wi-Fi. Okay, should enable the Wi-Fi. Yes. Raspberry. Password is fine. This is fine. This is not. Yeah, see. Here it is, we are accessing the Raspberry Pi. Now it is clear. It see, we are accessing the Raspberry Pi from the laptop. So by using of VNC, okay. See, the Raspberry Pi is an OS operating system, which is the same as a Linux. Okay. So we have terminal here. The terminal consisting of like this. Zoom out. Control Shift plus. Zoom in. Display. Here. Okay. See, this is same as Linux terminal. We can run any kind of programs. See, let's say it by default it has a Python. What version it has? Python version 2.7. So we can run the Python program directly. So Python. So we are entering the Python interpreter shell. So we can write like this. Then type of it. So we can write the Python app programs also. So this is the way we are going to access by using of virtual network connectivity. That is VCN. See here, it has by default Wi-Fi, inbuilt Wi-Fi, so we can directly connect to Wi-Fi, and we have a Bluetooth also. And next we have in server we have VNC, and we have terminal, and Raspberry Pi consisting of these kind of services. In programs, we have a set of editors. So Granny, Tony Python IDE, and we can browse the internet. So what are the features of Raspberry Pi that are in terms of these functions and graphical things? Okay, and we have some kind of preferences. We can configure Raspberry Pi by using of Raspberry Pi configuration. So in interfaces, we can change any interface. already VNC and SSH enabled, and serial console also enabled. You can enable whatever you want. Okay. This is about the accessing of your Raspberry Pi virtually remotely with the help of VNC server. So in Raspberry Pi, we need to enable the VNC server service. VNC service should be enabled. Then in our laptop or desktop, we should install VNC viewer like this. This is the VNC viewer, whatever the we are viewing right now. Here, see. Then, so we are connecting from my laptop to this Raspberry Pi, and these two should be within the same network. What happened in before? I'm connecting with the LAN, so this Raspberry Pi connected with the Wi-Fi. So there is a problem. The Wi-Fi is a different network, and the LAN is a different network. So there is a problem with accessing that. So what happened? I'm changing this laptop into Wi-Fi. So then it connects. So the whatever the client and server should be in the same network. So this is a way we are going to access by using a VNC. So these are the services. Now we are going to write some kind of applications, IoT application with using a Raspberry Pi. Okay, right. Now I want to show some components of Raspberry Pi. So here I'm showing here, see, exit, CD. Already I have some programs. So these are the programs of IoT. So cat loops to loops dot py. So loops program, the counter will be incremented. See here I have a counter 0. So this counter will be printed from 0 to 9. So every time I'm incrementing by 1. So counter is equal to counter plus 1. Counter less than 10. So we are incrementing and I'm printing the counter. Okay. This is while loop. We can use for loop also. How we are using for loop? For count in range of 20. So 0 to 19. It will execute 0 to 19. See Python dot loops dot py. So this is the first one is a while loop. The second one is a for loop. 1 to 10 and 0 to 19 only. Okay. Next. And we have loop 2 also. Loops 2 dot py. See, we are entering my name. How many times I want to print that name? Okay, I'm entering the name A. Next, I'm entering the number of times 5. Let's say if at all I'm giving 5. So while loop printed 5 times. Okay, then here see the 3 double quotes is there. Na? That is commented. The program is commented with using a 3 double quotes. Okay, we can write the commenting concept. Okay, right? If at all I want to single line comment, I'm using the hash symbol. Okay, if at all I want to multi-line comment, I'm using a triple double quotes. Okay, so Python loops 2 py name sritw. This is 2. Okay, Python 3 sritw. Enter 5 times. So why? Because by default is 2.7. So that program is the syntax consisting of Python 3 version. So that's why I'm executing interpreting by using the Python 3. So SRIW will print in 5 times. Okay, next we have LED program. So LED.py. This is my program. See, I'm importing rpi.gpio. This is a package. If at all your Raspberry does not have any package like RPI GPIO, we can install by using a sudo apt install raspberry pi.gpio. It directly install. Otherwise, we can add. Okay. So we are importing as GPIO import time. We are importing time also. So LED pin C. I'm selecting pin 18. Okay. GPIO set mode, GPIO mode. Okay, what mode? What the mode we are setting? GPIO dot BCA board settings we are setting L, LED pin. What is the pin we are using? 18, right? As an output. Okay, GPIO output. So that pin will give the signal towards the external load. So you are using infinite loop, while true, LED on. So LED will be on, printed, and we are sending the signal. Whenever we are sending the signal, we're using a GPIO.high, GPIO.low. When we high, it sends the signal, positive signal. So the LED will be glow. Okay, whenever we are sending GPIO.low, the LED uh, will be off. Okay, on off. So LED on off. So in between, I am sleeping 1 millisecond. Okay, 1 milliseconds. Next time I'm offing LED. Next time I'm executing again. So here it sleeps when it blink is on 1 milliseconds. Next one, after 1 milliseconds it off, and again it executes what, like infinity, as an infinity model. So for this program we require one LED, one resistor, and the connectors, and one breadboard. So here we have. So I'm minimizing this, and I'm connecting with the second camera. Okay. See here. Before that, I want to show once again. I want to show pin diagram of your GPIO. That's very, very important. Without knowing pin diagram, we are not going to understand what's going on. Okay. I will show the GPA pin. That's very, very important. I'm opening the image. Save image. Yeah. See, this is a GPIO pins. Right. So we have GPIO's numbers. See here, this is input voltage power connection. 3.3 volt connection is 1 and 5 volts for pin 2 and 3. Okay, and pin 3 consisting of GPIO2, GPIO3. Okay, so we have GPIO general pins. So whatever the general pins we have 12, 16, 18, 22. These are the general pins. So we're using this for general purpose for breadboard connections. The remaining are these GPIO pins. Here we have some kind of grounds: ground 1, ground 2, ground 3, ground 4, ground 5, ground 6, ground 7, ground 8. 8 grounds we have. We need to connect ground also. So this is a pin diagram. So in my program we are using 18th pin. So 18th pin is here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth one. Left sixth one. Okay, left third one is ground. So we need to connect the ground and 18th. So how can we connect? I will show here right now. Okay. See, this is my breadboard, mini breadboard. So here I have an LED. This LED consisting of two pins. One is positive pin and negative pin. Here the lengthy pin is a positive one. Okay, the smaller size pin is a negative one. So I'm inserting like this into this pin like this. Okay. Next, I'm using a resistor. Resistor 2. Okay. So pin, I want to connect pin 18, right? Pin 18 is sixth one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth one. Here is the sixth one. I'm connecting to this. And next, we are connecting the ground. Ground is the third one. Any ground. Okay, we can connect the left side, right side ground, left side ground also, no problem. To this. So I'm executing this Python. Continue anyway, GPU pulse. Is there any loose connection? I think so. We are using. One second, I will. Yeah. See, it's coming. Okay. The connection is set to character right now. So I'm executing this. So it's blinking. 1 second blinking, and 1 second, 1 millisecond blinking, 1 millisecond not blinking, right? So I'm changing the nano LED. I'm giving the sleep time as 5 milliseconds. So yes. 5 milliseconds. It will have 5 milliseconds. Again 5 milliseconds. Blow. Off. Again it on. So 5 milliseconds will be used. Okay. Whatever the time we are using, initially I'm using 1 milliseconds. Now I'm using 5 milliseconds. Okay, right? Next, another program that is LED con. So cat LED. See. So LED con, it blinks 3 milliseconds. 3 milliseconds sleeps high and 1 milliseconds Python LED con. So 3 milliseconds. LED pin. Already used this channel. Okay, no problem. You can say LED file. So we have one file that is LED config. So we have led.config file. Here we have time. So what is the right time correct exactly? It is 3:17, right? So I'm going to change this as 3:20. Okay. Okay. So at 3:20, it's going to be on, and 3:20 1 minute it's going to be off. 21 here. Yes. Now Python LED file. We are reading from file. So the time is printing. Now the time is 15:18. 15:20. Okay, 15:20 we set that right. Okay, no problem. We will wait. No problem. When we encounter the 15:20 time exactly, the LED will be blink. When we encounter 15, 21, 20 second, 20 seconds, then the LED will be off. Okay, see, we have 1 minute only. So let us wait for 1 minute. Exactly 15:20. So LED on is 15:20 and LED off 15:21 20. 1 minute 20 seconds. Yeah, see, it is blinking, right? 15:20. When we encounter 15:21 20, then it off.
Sir, your screen is not visible, sir, actually.
This one,
Yeah.
okay, I will show. But whatever the component we need to project, that's why I'm using this cam.
Okay. I have a doubt here. We insert in a 8 and 12, right? Pins
Yeah,
which we
yeah, yeah.
have insert. If we put in a wrong way, what happens, sir?
It does
By
not take an
mistake.
input. Why? Because the program gives use a signal from your Raspberry Pi to your external environment with that pin only, 18 pin only. So if at all I'm
Okay.
using another pin, so the program will not reflect on your component.
Okay.
So when we encounter 20, see, now we are 16, 20, it is going to be off, right? Off. Okay. So
Okay.
this is the way we are going to write some. This is a small kind of applications, small kind of programs. Okay. If you are expertise in a Python program, you can write your own way. Okay, you can write your own way. I will have another. I would write. See the program. 1 second. I will show the screen. Right. Okay. Sorry. See, these are the programs. First program we are executed this one, led.py. This is the program. We are importing Raspberry Pi, GPIO, followed by we are importing the tag. Next we are setting the pin, that is 18. So we are set the mode, that is BCM mode, and we are setting the pin towards as out. So we are executing infinite loop by using a while loop, while true. So first I am printing LED on. Next we have output. So we are sending signal GPIO.high. This is the actual thing. So here we are sending signal that is high to this pin. So whatever the 18th pin, that is connected to your breadboard. So the breadboard which consisting of LED right now. So it passed the power from Raspberry Pi to breadboard. So what happened? The LED going to be glow. Okay. Next, it will be glow up to 5 milliseconds. After that, I'm going to off by sending a signal low. So what happened? It stops the sending the power from 18th pin to your external breadboard. So the LED will be off. It will be 5 milliseconds again. So again it executes repeatedly until when we press Ctrl C. Okay, it executes infinitely. Okay, next. LED file, right? We're executing file program, right? File. This is my program. It's not clear, right? So we are importing GPIO. We are importing time. We are importing date time also. Why? Because we want. What happened? We have the configure file. In the configure file, we have LED on time, off time. LED on time I'm setting as 15-20 seconds. LED off time is 15-21 seconds. So we want to read that file. So for that I'm using F is equal to open of home pi. So the file is available in the IoT2 right now. See, whenever we execute this command pwd, it shows the current directory. What is the directory? /home/pi/desktop/iot2. In that iot2 I have a file that is led.config. So in that I'm reading the file. How can I read the file? By using evaluate f.read. I'm reading the entire content of that file. So I'm printing that. Okay, fc I'm printing. Okay, what is that? The LED on time, comma LED off time. That is in terms of dictionary. So I'm using curly brace there. Okay, there I'm using curly brace. So after that I'm printing. I'm getting the date. Okay, exactly time. How can I get the time? Date time dot now. Okay, now here I'm getting the x. What is the meaning of x? It takes the hours, seconds, sorry, minutes, seconds. Okay, okay. The time will be printed here. Print t. Okay. So every time it executes. If the t, whatever the t is equals to fc of curly brace. What is the curly brace here? Square brace. Here, this is my dictionary fc. Okay, in that dictionary we have, sorry, fc. In that we have one key, that is LED on. LED on colon. What I'm writing there? See what I'm written there. Cat LED.config. So this one I have wrote this. Okay, these are the two elements belongs to my dictionary. One is LED off, one is LED off. LED on consisting of 15-20. So if the right time is a 15-20, so it execute this if condition. Okay, so it ons your LED. Okay, it sends the signal high. Okay, if again I'm testing off time. What is off time? 15-21. If 15-21, if it is true, I'm offing the LED. So I'm sending the low. So this is the way I'm executing. This is the way we are executing. Okay. In each and every iteration, I'm slipping 1 millisecond. Okay. Am I clear with this? Yes. The remaining projects we'll discuss tomorrow. Okay. These are the basic projects. The remaining
Yes,
projects
sir.
we'll discuss tomorrow. Okay.